Alright, guys, we are here once again. Today, I want us to look at something very simple but very important now, the formation of dominant chords. How do we form dominant chords and how do we apply dominant chords in our play? Alright, so dominant chord is simply form your major chord and you flat your 7. So in the other lesson, we learned about the seventh note, how and where it is found. And for instance, when we are in the key of F sharp and we want to play F sharp major 7, we first check our major scale. Okay, so this one is our 7, which is the T. Okay, is our 7 notes. Now if you want to play F sharp major chord, major 7 chord is 1 3 5 and the 7, right? So 1 3 5 and the 7. Now if we want to play F sharp dominant chord, it is dominant chord is the 1 3 5, which is a major chord, and the fretted 7. A fret 7 means the 7 move a semitone or just a half step backward, and you have your dominant 7 chord. Okay, so this is this chord always want to resolve, okay, to other chords, but then we are going to talk about this in a moment. All right, so this is how dominant chord is formed. So play a major chord, a C major chord, C major 7 chord, C dominant 7 chord. Okay, so how can we easily form them? Sometimes if maybe, for instance, I want to form a D dominant chord, I'll just visualize the major chord, the D major chord, and move a whole step backward. Okay, so this is a D major chord. So I want to play a D dominant chord, but already let's not remember that this is the 7. Okay, T do, okay, do re mi fa sol la ti. Okay, so the T is the 7. Okay, so I foresee the 7 and go back, because we know this is the 7 and this is the fret 7, and that is the what gives us the dominant. Okay, so I'll visualize the major chord and visualize or move a 2 semitones backward or a whole step backward and play that chord including my major chord. So this gives us a D dominant chord, but inverted. Okay, a D dominant chord. So let's use this same approach. What of if we want to play F dominant chord? I think I will simply visualize and play this chord. Okay, sorry, and play this chord, because you see this was a 7, F major 7, but this is F dominant. Okay, play the major chord and move backward. So if we want to play F sharp dominant chord, this is F sharp and this is the fret 7. This is the 7 and this is the fret 7. So I'm going to have this chord. Okay, like if I put this E here, is it not F dominant 7 chord? This is F major 7 chord. Okay, F sharp, sorry, and this gives us, so a C sharp dominant 7 chord is like this. So I will just play C sharp triad plus this note right here, and look at the intervals, 1 2 semitones. So I'll have this chord. Okay, so a D dominant 7 chord is going an A is going to be like this. Okay, E flat. So already it's like we have done this even in all keys. Okay, a B dominant 7 chord is going to look like this. This is a B major. In the inversion we are talking about, if you want to play it in the root position, this was going to look like this. Okay, but when we use this inversion, we are going to have this. So when we keep practicing it this way, then later you don't even need to visualize that you are going to play it right away. All right, so very little talk about the dominant chord. Dominant chord is mostly used in to like played on the 5. Okay, so assuming we are playing a song and on the 5, before we even resolve to the 1, we can play the 5 as a dominant chord. Okay, instead of playing the 5 maybe in the key of C as a major to resolve to the 1, we can play the 5 as a dominant to the 1. You get it? You saw the resolution. It's different from. So you can even play the dominant before the 5 major and you resolve to the 1. Okay, so maybe this will be just something little I want to give on the dominant approach. So if you are playing, so this over here I played maybe in the key of C, 1 to the 4 to the 5 to the 1. Okay, but here now I'm playing 4 major to the 5 to the 1. But now I want to play a dominant on the 5. Now on the 5 we are going to play this G dominant, but here we can basically use this inversion. So I play the 5 here on the left hand, and or we can use other inversions. So we can play this and put this dominant 7 on the right hand. So, but let's use this inversion. So, and we play this. Okay, so let's play the dominant to the 5 and to the 1. So 1 to the 4, 5 dominant, 5 to 1. Okay, so it helps a lot. And also when we are doing our 2/5 passing chords, which we will do them in a very in our next lessons. So we will explain what a 2/5 passing chords are, and we will introduce these dominant chords, which are very important. Okay, so for instance, maybe we are going to the key of F. Okay, we apply a 2/5 to F. Okay, which a 2 in the key of F can. Okay, so we play this. Okay, so we are going to the F, but 1, 4, 1. But now we are going to 1, 1. Okay, so we are applying a 2/5 passing here to the 4. Right, so people that ask about passing chords, but in a very beginner way, a very beginner approach, I'm going to teach us these 2/5 passing chords, and we incorporate them into our play. So stay tuned, subscribe to the channel. If you have any question, you can ask. Here we do only beginners, only absolute beginners lessons. Okay, and we are teaching theories, and I think music is all about theory. If you know the theory and the tricks, you can add your own thing and play every way you want to play. Okay, so thank you for watching and subscribe to the channel. Okay guys, thank you.